before being rediscovered during the Great Crusade, the Tantarus system was cut off from the rest of the Imperium. As Orc, Eldar and human pirates started to raid the system, the Adeptus Mechanicus of Tantarus III only protected themselves, not wanting to waste their technology and resources on the populace. As the raids got worse, few took up arms and started to defend the populace. This army of soldiers became known as the Tantarus Rangers. Taking out pirates at every planet in the system, they started to wear long trench coats similar to the ones worn by the Skitarii Rangers. This is not all they borrowed from the Mechanicus, as they would perform stealth operations to steal Mechanicus ships, weapons and armour. They would disguise their raids to look like pirate attacks and trick the Mechanicum. The Mechanicum even hired the Rangers to protect their ships from pirates, giving them more arms to fight with. This however did not last long, as the Mechanicum found out that these savages were playing them for fools, and it would have been an all-out war if the Ultramarines fleet from the Great Crusade hadn't arrived. A treaty was signed, and the Tantarus system rejoined the Imperium. When the Ultramarines Legion arrived and started to restore order in the Tantarus system, the Rangers were no longer needed as most were recruited into the Imperial Army. Today, the Rangers are still remembered through legends, children's tales, and the same trench coats that are worn by the men and women of the First Recon. Each member of their respective factions also remembers the backstabbing nature of the other, as the tense relationship between the local Imperial Guard and the Mechanicus still exists today. As Mechanicus of Tantarus III still think themselves better than the people of Tantarus, and the people of Tantarus never forgave the so-called cogheads for leaving them to die. The First Recon was founded during the 35th millennium. Due to other engagements at the time, the Ultramarines and other Space Marine chapters were unable to divert troops to the Tantarus system when it started to show signs of rebellion. So, the Imperial Guard started to train a small group of soldiers in anti-guerrilla warfare. As the war went on, they expanded their role to recon, assassination, infiltration and sabotage roles. In the war's rebellions were put down fast, and thanks to the First Recon, the Ultramarines were not needed for this incident. During the war, rumours ran wild throughout the enemy ranks about the First Recon due to their ruthless efficiency. Some say that they were Space Marine scouts, while others say that they were the ghost of past Rangers from the Tantarus Corps. One rumour states that the regiment's shots were so accurate that the enemy thought they were a regiment of Vindicari assassins. However, this propaganda was used to boost troop morale and instill fear into the rebels. The insurgency wars made the regiment so famous that commanders of nearby systems started to recruit First Recon squads for their assistance. When High Fleet Cerberus descended onto the Stocera system, Stocera Alpha found itself at the forefront of the invasion. In response, the 19th Tantarus Imperial Guard, Ultramarine 2nd and 4th Company, 88th Qatar Imperial Guard, 2 Deathwatch kill teams and a detachment of First Recon were sent into battle. 2 10-man squads of First Recon were sent to support the Deathwatch kill team to ensure the Talisman Spaceport's defences were secured, after hearing from local PDF that lictors were spotted. Once deployed to the port, they soon discovered that it was a trap and that Stocera Alpha had been infiltrated by a gene-stealer cult. Due to lack of training against fighting the Tyranids, all but one of the First Recon Guardsmen died in the fighting, while the kill team only suffered a single loss. Before the entire Liberation Force could be deployed, cities and bases were overrun by the High Fleet's first wave. Fortunately, many Imperial forces were still in orbit, and the Imperial Navy was able to hold off the High Fleet as Exterminatus was performed on the planet. Though it resulted in a minor victory for the Imperium, this was a devastating loss for the First Recon, and resulted in the regiment changing tactics to deal with future Tyranid threats. The First Heretic War began when an insurgent uprising was supported by a Chaos Warband known as the Brotherhood of Truth. Much of First Recon's activity during this time has been classified by the Inquisition. All that is revealed is that their actions helped the Ultramarines and Tantarus Guard foil the Warband's plans. The Second Heretic War started 18 years later and is currently ongoing. However, the First Recon continues to hamper the Brotherhood of Truth's operations.